Hey, Ray, Tales from the Age of Men. I just want to do a very quick update to how to install the latest version of Tales from the Age of Men. Bannerlord did come out with a fix for the shaders, so I have pushed the shaders with the latest kind of build. So that basically means that you most likely don't have to do pre-compile shaders, and your game should, kind of load a little bit faster. So, um, very first step is always read the, kind of post. It will literally tell you what you need to do. Please read it in full. Don't just skip it because I actually had to fix something here. It should be 1.7. Boom, right there, right? So read it in full. The load order is really important. A lot of people have been getting the load order incorrect. Especially if you're coming over from public, it's going to be completely different. So read it in full. Make sure that you understand it. All right, so let's talk about it. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're probably going to do it from the manual, download it from the manual method. Maybe if you're using the launcher, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but download it from the manual link that is provided to everybody. You're going to right click, you're going to extract. Once you extract it, it's going to open up into a folder that looks like this with all the modules in it. I then go to my modules folder and I delete any mod that is with TAOM, right? I'm not going to obviously delete mine because I've already done this step, but delete it and then take the new one, right? Take these new ones and then paste them into your modules folder. Hey, Raid, I don't know how to get to my modules folder. No problem. Go to Steam, right? Right click on Bannerlord Properties. It will say installed files right here. Go to browse and it will bring you to the one layer above what you need to be. So it'll bring you to your Bannerlord folder, go to modules, and this is where you paste your modules. All right, so this is once again for the development build, but kind of any mod in general for Bannerlord. This is how you get to it, and this is how you do it. And then you kind of once again paste it here. Do not overwrite anything. If you're overwriting, that means you didn't delete it to begin with. I'd recommend a clean installation every single time. There are files that get deleted. If you just overwrite, it's only going to overwrite those files that it has. But let's say that there's like files that I deleted for various different reasons. It's going to keep those files in there. And that's its own other kind of bad thing. So you're going to want to delete those things and then, once again, paste the new modules in there. Cool. Now that we got that done, I then go to PowerShell, right? So I'm just going to go over here to PowerShell. You guys probably can't see me do this real quick, but boom, PowerShell. I'm going to open up PowerShell. Let's see. Okay, cool. Now, up here, I'm just going to, we can go to the actual installation on the Discord. There's install. Install is going to also have the steps here for the public version. But one of the, kind of, it says we did the extraction. We kind of opened up the modules folder. We cleaned out the old ones. We installed the mod. Now we're just doing this. Come over here, the FAQ, grab this this command and paste it in. So this is get child item and then dash path and then the path to your modules and then recurse and then pipe and then unblock file. All right. So this is obviously wrong for me. I know because I downloaded to something other than the C drive. So I'm going to delete that. Right. And I'm going to keep the quotes. Once again, come back here, go to properties, browse. I'm going to go into my modules folder. Boom, I'm here. I'm going to right click on modules, copy as text, go back over here to my PowerShell. I'm going to just paste that in. Control V, boom. That is where mine is located. I'm going to hit play and it's going to come back with this, right? If it comes back with a new line, it worked. You have to run PowerShell as administrator because it needs administrative rights. Sometimes this just doesn't work for every single file that you have. You can either do it manually or just, kind of Google how to, download something else that's going to work. Because of various different reasons, I cannot control. It's your computer. I've always done this command in administrator as PowerShell. And it has always worked for me. I've never needed to do anything else. Some people have needed to download the mod or so the unblock DLL file from Nexus. More power to you. but that's how I do unblock DLLs every single time. Well, hey, Raid, how do I know what Bannerlord version I need to be on? Well, once again, go back to the development download. It will tell you what the one is. Default means if I go over here, right, I'm going to come back over here to Bannerlord, go to properties, game versions. Default means default, ladies and gentlemen. Bannerlord just updated to 1.4.7, so that's the most common one. If you needed to go back, you can always click on 1.4.6. Sometimes I'm fast with the updates to get to whatever Bannerlord updates. It's obviously going to break something, so something's not going to work. So when you come here, that's what it is. This is the latest and greatest version. I will always try to be on the latest and greatest version of Bannerlord moving forward. Now that we're here, 1.4.x, it's trivial to kind of upgrade unless they do some massive updates, or change something, which once again they're known to do. But that's how I know that I'm on the latest and greatest. Oh yeah, last thing I want to show you guys. Okay, so I have my own dependencies. So basically, what I did is I put Harmony and everything that was needed, Butterlib, all that stuff already in my dependencies. The reason why I did that is because I don't want to wait. If they move the 1.5, I don't want to wait weeks, months, whatever, until all these people update their stuff. Something could happen to them. So I just do it myself. I go in here and I update their stuff and I recompile their stuff just for my game. But obviously that doesn't work for third-party mods because of this kind of reason. Let's see if I can go grab it. I have to, anyways, I don't have a mod that I can see in here that, serve as a soldier, actually. Yeah, so serve as a soldier, right? So I have this third-party mod. If I try to enable this in the launcher, it's not going to work. And the reason why is because it depends on a module that's not in here because reasons, right? So that I'm going to come in here. How do I fix this? I come in here to that third-party module. I click on the sub module, and I come over here, and you guys can see, this person, did it right. I think this is Sly. Good job for Sly. You see these, dependent modules. If this has like Harmony or something like that above it, just delete it. Just come in here and delete that line, and then save. And then same thing down here. Usually people don't do anything with this one, so usually it's clean. But boom, done. So you come into the sub module of that, and you just delete. The dependent on. So that means you could basically load it and everything will work fine. Because once again, I keep up to date with what Harmony and all those other ones are doing, and I update accordingly. But that's just how you do it. It's this thing that blocks it and basically says that you cannot play this specific mod unless these things are in here. Not a good example. I wish I had a better example. Sorry, I wasn't really prepared to talk about that real quick, but you'll get the point if you understand. If you still need help, let us know, and I'll probably do another video, or there's another video that was previous to this one that explains it with an example. I don't know what I did with that. Maybe I already deleted it. But anyways, that's how you get your third-party modules to work with ours. I'm just checking these to make sure maybe I can get a good example, because once again, I'm a visual learner. Is this one? No, none of them have it. Okay. Well, I tried. But that's how you get your stuff to work. And with that being said, that's basically how you get your mod up and running. Then you come over here to Steam. You always launch with Steam. You hit play. And this will come up and bring this up. And then you just set your mods according to the load order. That's it. It's really that easy. And as you can see, this war sales will sometimes be enabled. It's a little sneaky little thing. So if you're crashing or whatever, just make sure you come down here and untick the war sales. I like to try to bring it up here or something like that so I can always see it, keep an eye on it. But yeah, so that's, dependencies up top. Then your core mods, you can have these optional ones down here. And then these three should kind of be like that. And then your version number should be over here. You should be on .12 now or higher. Mine, I'm Don't worry about mine. All right, don't be me. Um, and you hit play and you go and enjoy the game. All right. Um, I think I talked about log files. So additionally, if you want in your crashing and stuff like that, one of the things that you could do is in your Bannerlord modules, you can go back to Bannerlord. Bannerlord's going to have this bin folder. Go into bin, go into the client, and then logs. Here's where I put my logs. That's one of the things I would need from you if you are crashing. Go here to Mountain Blade Bannerlord, bin, client, grab this log right here. And the second log is actually in your program data. Go to your local C drive, go to program data, and then scroll down here to Mountain Blade, and then open up the logs, and then grab this log that says RGL underscore log, and then it'll have a number. Don't grab the errors. The errors don't really show nothing. It shows me your computer does not do anything. I will really want this log right here. Basically, the biggest log, right? If you do it by size, well, actually, you're gonna have to do it by date modified if you have a lot of them in here. But do it by the size, the RGL log, and the numbers. This easily and quickly allows you to kind of see kind of what happened and what's going on from my perspective, where you crash, why you crash, etc. So those two logs are really important when you send your stuff in. But hopefully you won't ever crash, and your play experience is going to be wonderful. So let's talk about the launcher, ladies and gentlemen. Do not worry about what this says. The launcher, I just can't keep up to date with all the things, So at some point I'll update it so that it looks at this. You can always do a skip version check. I know what I'm doing. Once again, doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. What you need to do is come over here to settings, link it to Discord, use a VPN if you're struggling, or if it's doing something weird. Set your release channel. Check for updates accordingly. Make sure that these two things are set. Do not set your mod storage location to OneDrive, please. We've had issues with that. So this is your game installation. This is where your game is installed. You can do a detect. It usually will be 100% correct and figuring out where this is. Then your mod storage location is where you want to download the mod to. Some people do it right to the game installation. Some people do it on another drive. I'm much more of a component on doing it on another drive. And then what should happen is once it downloads the mod, it should symlink those things in there. Sometimes it doesn't symlink, right? So, sometimes it doesn't, it's not able to create a symlink from the drive that you downloaded it to into your game folder for various different reasons. I can't predict all of them, right? Antivirus has been a huge component of, kind of save game and other things that's on you guys. Sometimes it's firewall, kind of just do your due diligence, put some exceptions in there. But if all else fails, just copy it over manually. It's not that big of a deal. I just use the launcher to keep, so I don't have to download the 39 gigabytes every single time. That's why I would use the launcher for. It's really just to download the latest and greatest and be able to, kind of copy that and paste that stuff over, or symlink it over, and make sure that you kind of have the latest and greatest. Because sometimes I'll do a hot fix. The people that use a launcher will get the game faster than the people that are doing manual download, just because I only have so much upload speed. So with that being said, that's the launcher. There's buttons over here for troubleshooting, fixed train quality. If you ever have any issues with the launcher, exit out of it, reopen it with administrator, and then verify and resync files. You should be fine. The launcher does work in the form that it will download the smallest stuff first, and then towards the end, it will download the biggest stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a studio. I'm not Blizzard. I'm not, Call of Duty. I'm not any of those people. I don't have my own $50,000, dedicated servers. I don't have any of that stuff. I have a server out there that we, probably, it's not even, other people use it, right? So you also got anywhere between 500 to 1,000 people also banging away on that stuff. Downloading their own stuff or updating or doing whatever it is. So at the end of the day, just have some patience. It will take a long time. I know that some people are like, oh, I got this gigawatt, 10 gigs, up, down, left and right, center, upload, download speed. And that's great. You're still going to be, kind of limited by the server that we use. to do this stuff. If you do have a server, I would love, and that you want to, kind of have us put our files on. More power to you. I'll switch over there, but you know, we do have a lot of people that are slapping the server around. But at any time that you feel like the launcher is just doing some wonky shit, just exit out of it, relaunch it using administrator, and then verify and resync files. This should unblock your files for you. Um, if it knows where it will go. If you set it up correctly, it should unblock your files for you. Sometimes that doesn't work either. Sometimes you have to go there and manually do it. Sometimes you have to do the PowerShell command yourself. But yeah, so that's what you'll never be able to launch the game from the launcher anymore. You're always going to do it through Steam. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Try to be as fast as possible. Showed you guys one, read the latest and greatest update, right? It's important, especially for the load order. 99% of the tickets that we've been getting have just been because people didn't do the load order correctly. The 1% is because obviously stability things, actual real kind of things not working. Second thing is download it. Third thing is extract it. Fourth thing is delete everything that's in your modules folder that is TAOM. For fifth, sixth is copy paste over there. Then unblock DLLs, and then finally set your load order and play the game. With that being said, hey Raid, Tales from the Ancient Man. God bless.